What is up, Planeswalkers? Theorix6 back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena. Do, of course, go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It's a good deal and it helps support the show. And if you use my promo code before May 20th, you'll be entered in to win one of 3 awesome Richard Kane Ferguson playmats. I do need to issue a bit of a correction. I've been saying up until May 20th. I believe that the drawing occurs on May 20th. So get them in there before May 20th. So today, as you can tell by the thumbnail, we're playing an Amass deck. 4 seals. Amass times acceleration. Very similar to the proliferate video. This is a mechanics video. This is not meant to be a Grixis zombie video. I will be making a Grixis zombies video. This is meant to showcase as much of Amass as I can and still have a somewhat reasonable deck. That said, holy hell was this difficult to actually... I've played several games. Most of them were losses. I had to change several things, several different times. And I'm actually going to go through all this because I've changed the deck so many times at this point that the things at the top don't matter. Some point I was mana screwed, then I became mana flooded when I went up to 25 lands, and then I became mana... No, then I took it back down to 24, and like I was just dying a lot to big creatures. Like, okay, I need to add more removal in here. So whatever. The deck's been through a lot of changes, but this is the deck. We have a ton of 2-drops, which is totally fine. And yeah, we're playing 3 Lazotep Reavers. This is 2-for-1's body. Very helpful. It's functionally a 2-mana 2/3. At least that's the situation on blocks. But, excuse me, goodness me. What's really nice is that this is just an additional body. You can sacrifice this instead of being forced to sacrifice your Amass token if you face opposing like Angrath's Rampages and things like that. Just a decent card. 3 Soul Diviner. I mean, it's a 2-mana 2/3, which is fine. It doesn't do anything with Amass except for the fact that you can remove a counter from one of your Amass tokens to draw a card. This actually works really nicely with Kefnet because on your opponent's turn, if you have Kefnet, Soul Diviner, and a single Amass creature, you can use Soul Diviner's ability to draw a card on their turn because Kefnet only cares about the first card you draw each turn, and that includes your opponent's. So Soul Diviner is just, a decent card. It is, 3 toughness creature that you can help against the aggro decks. 4 Dreadhorde Invasion because this card real good. It's real good. You really want to get that 6 power though, because against other aggressive decks, you're probably gonna die. That said, it's just a very powerful card against both aggro and control, allowing you to create chump blockers each turn, or allowing you to create a larger and larger army that your opponent has to deal with pretty much every few turns, or else they're going to die. 2 Thought Erasures. This initially was not Thought Erasures. This was Bleeding Edge, I think. Yeah, Bleeding Edge, not very good. I really wanted it to be. As you can see, this is the art for the deck, because god dang it, I love that art. But it's not good enough. So instead, we put in some Thought Erasures to deal with a lot of things that the deck has issues with. Namely Mono Blue. Mono Blue, like, bites us right in the butt, and it sucks. 3 Angrath's Rampage. Early game removal, very helpful. Gets rid of Planeswalkers, gets rid of creatures. You're pretty much never going to have to deal with the artifacts. I'm just jump into Bedevil. Same thing as Angrath's Rampage, except you target. That's like the only difference. 4 Gleaming Overseers. The actual perfect Amass card here, it gives our zombie tokens Hexproof and Menace, or Menace, as some like to call it, which is just nice. It's also a 1/4, which means you can block relatively decently with it. And it amasses. Yay! We're playing one of each, God, Eternal Kefnet, and Bantu. Kefnet is very helpful at getting some of the more powerful spells, even if we aren't getting discounts on them, like if we get any of these. Still being able to use them is very nice. What's notable is that I believe Kefnet allows you to cast things... Yeah, because you can do this when you draw. Yeah, so you're able to cast things at sorcery speed, or sorceries at instant speed on your opponent's turn. So if you do that Soul Diviner thing with Kefnet, or you get Commence the Endgame or something, then you're going to be able to get some additional value off of Bedevils and things like that. And what's really nice is on your turn, let's say you're facing a relatively large board, you draw a Widespread Brutality, you get to pay 3 for a Widespread Brutality, and hopefully you have 4 more mana, and then you play a second one, and it's great. But yeah, Kefnet is very helpful. Flies, which is actually very important, because we need to deal with flyers. God Eternal Bantu, she's here, essentially, to destroy our own lands, and draw some cards. Because sometimes we flood, even with 24 lands. Not great, but who cares? Angrath. He's not on Bolas' side, but he has Amass, and it gives Manache. So Angry Cow Dad's in the deck. Also very strong, especially because if you draw a second copy and you have Soul Diviner out, you can use the Soul Diviner to take away that one last counter on Angrath and then play the new Angrath. And it's functionally free. You had to tap a creature to get the extra card draw, but like, who cares? 3 Widespread Brutality. This card's decent in a deck that amasses all the time, and we amass all the time, so it's helpful. 3 Enter the God Eternals. As I said during my Grixis Bolas deck, this card is insane. It helps you with everything you need, and it amasses 4. Yes. 2 Commence the Endgame. It amasses, but most importantly, it actually draws card. This deck sometimes does flounder a bit, and you just get into top deck mode, and you're like, I can't do anything. So yeah, Commence the Endgame, very helpful. And then 1 Liliana Dreadhorde General. She is the leader of the Dreadhorde. She also makes tokens, and you know, when your stuff dies, you get to draw. This is decent. You might be saying, why isn't Bolas in here? I can't fit Bolas in this deck. Bolas doesn't add anything to this, and the deck is already bad enough. I won, I think, both of those games. No, I won one of those games in ranked, and one of them in unranked, but well, this is the first time I've actually had a hand where I don't have a Shockland in it. But we have a bunch of 2s and we're able to play all of them, so I'll keep. We don't start until turn 3, but we're going first, so functionally we start on like their turn 2. Oh, not again, man. Come on. For what it's worth, it doesn't target the creature, so if they have a dive down, we don't care. Very annoying, though. Brutality is helpful. Do I Rampage this? They probably have a, what's that card I'm looking for? I don't remember, but the counterspell that gives a +1/+1 counter. Shoot. I hate you, Mono Blue. I hate you so freaking much. This is the deck I hate playing the most. I'll take Mono White and Mono Red every day. Yeah, I'll do this now. I could get Spell Pierced, but I can possibly open the way for a Brutality. Trickster? Really? Is... Why? Okay, another Storm Tamer. Sure. Yeah, sure. Ow. Oh, I got a land. Going to play this land. I'm just gonna Brutality? Like, it's technically a 3-for-1 if it resolves. My opponent has only drawn 1 card since they did this play, which is the weirdest thing ever. It resolved. Alright. It's a 3-for-1. I killed 2 of his creatures, and I got a creature of my own. You gonna bounce him or something? I don't care. Sure. Why would you do that? My opponent is gonna possibly concede. I was waiting for it, but they didn't concede. Not gonna lie, kind of surprised. Gotta read those cards, opponent. Gotta read those cards. Just because Mono Blue is an easy deck to play doesn't mean it takes no skill. I'll at least give Mono Blue that. You at least have to read the cards to play the deck. Well, I love when we don't win on our own merits, but we win because our opponent is dumb. Excuse me, our opponent makes a dumb play. I should not presume that my opponent is dumb or bad. They just, you know, maybe they're new with the deck, maybe they haven't read that card entirely, or maybe they net decked it and just didn't care to read it. Going against Sin itself. If I were... Oh, you know what? This seems like it'd be a fun game. I want you, in the comment section down below. I'm going second. We don't have anything from 3, but like we have so many 2-drops that sure. My chances of drawing it. Oh, fudge. Well, gotta put my money where my mouth is. I said I'd rather play mono red. Play against mono red, I should say. Yeah, sure. People down in them their comments. Which of the 7 deadly sins do you believe I think I am? Hey, look, we got a 2-drop. That's helpful. Sure, I'll play this. Doesn't actually matter. So we're going to be able to have Widespread Brutality, which is nice. We have 2 blockers here, which is fantastic. Burning Prophet is potentially terrible, but chump blocks all day, man. Widespread Brutality. Made a bit of a blurtation. Alright. Either I'll block this, or you'll sack this to kill this, or use a card to kill this, in which case I'm still fine with it. So you're going to sack it. Sure. Then I can hold up Bedevil. Sure. So I'm going to take 2 here. Unless my opponent plays another spell. No, Liliana, sure. So I'm going to take 4 here. But honestly, like, a good response to this is just Gleaming Overseer, right? And Gleaming Overseer, block this, possibly take 1, and then Widespread Brutality, dealing 3 damage. I think that's fine. What's really nice is that this gives this little... It's so cute. I don't care what anyone says. This zombie is cute to me for some reason. Gives this Chungus a little bit of breathing room. Wow. Shut up, toilet. Are you really 2 for 1-ing? Okay. They're 2 for 1-ing themselves on my Overseer, so I'm totally fine with that. Will I kill the Pyromancer? Probably not. I think it's better for me... Oh, they didn't even choose to attack me. Alright. I'll take 2. I'm just gonna Widespread Brutality. Brutality. Bada bing, bada boom, I'll attack in. I'm at 12. Opponent could definitely have a Gitu Lava Runner, but meh. That is fine with me, daddy-o. Sure, I'll see what it is. Sure. Yeah, I would like an enter. The reason this is fine is because it is currently more mana efficient, and Angrath amassing 2 means that I get the bonus immediately. What am I talking about? It's the exact same.
If you want it, fight for it.
Fight for it. Gonna hit my Angrath. Gonna hit my cow dad.
Blows temper the blade. Swine.
Blows apparently temper the blade, swine. Gonna go and play this tapped. We're gonna go and God Eternal to this fool. This is gonna become an 8 power creature, and I'm gonna gain 8 life. So yeah. Get bangerang. We're playing Sharon? I like the addition of Burning Prophet. I don't know if I like the addition of Sharon though. I don't know. Of course, I lose like the hell out of the practice games, and now I'm gonna win. Win all my actual games on camera, which is good. I'm not complaining. Please keep that going. I have such a thirst. With their tanks and their drones and their drones, they are dying. Now, Who Do You Voodoo is actually a pretty good song for this. H. Hurry. Got a turn 2, got a turn 3. Potentially got some turn 4s. And we're going first. Don't mind if I diddly do. Did you know there's a metal band? That is Ned Flanders themed? It's hilarious. Can't remember exactly what their name is. I think it's just like Diddly something. Is it Diddly? I don't know if that's right. Are we also going to mono white? Dude! Mono blue into mono red into mono white. This might not be mono white. This could be Boros. I've played against a Boros deck that uses this. Actually, I won against the Boros deck that was using this. What's very helpful is you have bodies, and they sometimes hit the floor. I'm blue, dabba dee dabba da. Oh no, I'm gonna get snubbed. Yeah. Je t'aime. Something that's nice with Dreadhorde Invasion is you can just play it like the turn this thing gets up to that size, and you're just like, cool. So my opponent can attack with all through his things to flip this, but he loses a lot of them. Uh-oh. C'est une histoire. C'est une histoire. I believe histoire is story, though, so that isn't actually like history. So whatever. Gonna go and do this. Gonna go and do one of these. Gonna go and Amass. You're just ramming speed. Let's see. 1, 2, 5. Yeah. So next turn, this is gonna start flying, and this is going to become a tree. But I think that's fine, man. We've got decent blockers. We've got BA Baracus. If they don't hurt my Angrath, or Cowdad as I would call him, could you stop? Could you not? Oh, I would love to draw one of my 3 Widespread Brutalities. I think I'm playing 3. No, don't hit Cowdad.
Ah, you'll be nothing but slag when I'm done with you.
Lol, called you a slag. So this turn's gonna get awkward. Can play this tapped. Must keep new Cowdad.
The only prize I desire is your head.
Okay, so I'm gonna get a little bit of a block situation happening. Yeah, just resolve all, that's fine. Okay, I couldn't even do anything anyway. So next turn I can Dreadhorde Invasion. I would love to draw one of my sweet, sweet Widespread Brutalities. Please don't have removal spell for me 6/6. Oh wait, you can't. Haha, get fucked. Overseer is great. So let's see. Block and kill. Block and not kill. Chumpers? Seems fine. Okay, this has to be a Pride. Has to be a Pride of the Conquerors, right? I'm taking 8 damage. I'm fine with... Am I fine with 12 damage? Pride of the Conquerors would give them an additional 2, 4, 6. So it'd be 18 damage. My opponent has 2 cards in it? Okay, so I'm going to block this one. But I think this is fine. The reason I'm doing this is to make sure that I can actually, play Dreadhorde Invasion and gain some life. Is that enough to offset the damage that's going to come in the following turn? I don't think so. And I do believe this is only on attacks. Yes. I can do both, which is nice. So I'll get 7 life. I don't know why I said 8. Did I say 8? I don't know. My opponent very unlikely to attack, or to block this. Because he'd functionally just be losing 2 creatures. I can chump if required. Probably is required. Because Pride of the Conquerors is real. Sure, I don't care about you doing that. I prefer it if you lost some creatures. Are you going to chump with your knights too? That's 5. That's 7. Sure. So I took a chunk out of his game plan there. So unless he has double Pride, I think I'm probably not gonna block. Still only has 2 cards in hand. One's another Sentry. He has 1 card in hand that I don't know about. The likelihood that it's Pride is relatively slim. Opponent doesn't need to deal with that. That is 2, 10, 14 damage. 5. I would absolutely die if Pride of Conquerors. If I blocked 1, it'd be just 10. Then it would be 6 more. I think I should find blocking a single 1 to not just die to Pride. Okay. I'll lose another life to this. I would love to draw either my Widespread Brutality or... I mean, there's so many cards I can draw that are fantastic here. Tribunal on the Overseer? On the Invasion. Okay. That's fine. I can't get that back at all. This is exactly what I wanted to see. I believe the correct decision is the Scarmarch Aspirant. Just because it does fly. Because I can block that. I'm just going to mill them. Not really a reason to mill myself. I don't have anything in the deck that cares about my graveyard. No. Oh, that was a glad mill. Back up to 13. So yeah, they would have gotten Banalish into another Tribunal into this. Would have absolutely sucked. No reason to attack. Opponent doesn't have fantastic block, or doesn't have fantastic attacks here. I do kind of need to keep, as I said during the DeckTech, this deck does run out of steam a little bit, and I do need to continue getting some steam. That's an interesting decision. So we might be bullied by Pride, but this Pride only gives +2/+1, I think. So this would still trade. Then it'd be 4, 8, 12. So I'd still live if they do have Pride. Pride of the Conquerors, for those of you who don't know, is a, I think, 2-mana instant that gives your creatures like +1/+1. Or if you have the City's Blessing over here, you get +2/+1, I think is what it is. No real reason to show this. I'm just gonna pass the turn. My opponent's gonna make another Adanto thing. I am kind of getting worn down, unfortunately. So let's see, I block. I block. This stays alive, but I take less damage. Ooh, they didn't attack this turn. This might be risky. That might be too risky. They didn't attack this turn. I think they're just going to try and go wide. I just kind of have to hope that they can't deal with my 4/4, and or I draw some more good cards. You know, literally so many of my cards are just great here. Angrath's Rampage is not great. The Bedevils aren't great. Another one of this, like anything that amasses would also be fine because of the fact that it'd be gaining some life. And I do have to be wary here because I'm going to lose 1 life. So if I do this, I take 4, go down to 3. So I think I have to do this. Once again, hope I don't get prided. Okay. We had to do this because if we blocked one of these instead, we would have... No, I guess we would have gone to 2. Bedevil does not help me. Block. Well, I could block. No, because he's going to make another one. Right, so he's going to have a third. So I can block, kill, and I still died to this. Damn. So many things we could have drawn. Bedevil was not one of them. Yeah, anything that amassed there would have been fantastic. We are running 3 brutalities, aren't we? I thought for sure we were. Yeah. Oh well. You don't always get what you need. Unless you're a merchant, then you just draw what you need. That's not a good hand because I don't have any black. I can't justify keeping this. I don't have any black. I can do nothing. I will absolutely keep this though. Do I want Bedevil? Yes. I'm gonna Blood Crypt, then turn to... What'd you say? Nice. I'm so incredibly sick. I assumed they said nice first, either because they know who I am, or they meant to hit hello. But I'm real sick of dealing with these freaking mono blue decks. I don't know, do I Dreadhorde Invasion first? Do I Thought Erasure? Do I Robert Lozier? I kind of want to Thought Erasure, honestly. Either way, it's probably going to get Spell Pierced. But I guess I'd rather have this get Spell Pierced. Storm Tamer that? That's fine as well. Yeah, that's fine. So that implies they don't have a Spell Pierce. Okay, Storm Tamer, Chart of Course. No, another Storm Tamer. That's interesting. Very interesting. Go ahead and do this. Enters tapped. I think I'll Reaver. Probably miss sequence because they're gonna Essence Capture is what they're saying. Oh, they don't have Essence Capture. Okay, that's fine. So next turn, even if I don't have a land, I still have Bedevil. Okay, I do have a land, so I can Angrath if I want. Or I can try and Dreadhorde Invasion. I think I'm gonna try and Dreadhorde Invasion and Rampage. Okay, so I assume that my opponent has Spell Pierce now. Target player cycles a creature. If I get a Spell Pierce out of the hand, honestly, that's totally fine because it leaves these up. Quench, just as well. I might as well attack. Oh, that... Okay. I should not have done that because they could have Merfolk Trickster. But I clicked too fast. That's why I did. Whoa! Tempest Djinn. Well, that can't really get bedeviled, unfortunately. I guess I should do it on their turn. You have to do that on their turn. I'm going to do it on their upkeep. So that if they do have something, they have to spend mana on their turn to do it. Okay. Now do it on upkeep so that it happens before they draw. They could just sack a Storm Tamer here. Nope, Spell Pierce. Darn. Okay, so this is going to be a hard-fought game. If I am able to pull it out at all. Why am I so low? Cool. 4 Storm Tamers. Oh no, I'm just dead. Cool. Awesome. Remember how I said last game that you don't always draw what you need? Unless you're mono blue. Alright, we're going to play one last game. And then we're going to open some packs. Then we're going to talk a little bit about some of the cards that I chose not to play. Or some of the cards that I did choose to play. And then, they weren't good enough. No. Sure. If it ain't land, it's going okay. Will I Dreadhorde Invasion on turn 1? It depends on what my turn 2. It depends on what my opponent plays. If they're playing lands that indicate to me that they're playing control, I definitely will. If they're playing lands that indicate that they're not, then I won't. Then I won't. Okay, so they're probably not aggro then. I assume this is a token deck? So will I? Oh, this is going to be painful. I might die this game just to my lands. Or mostly to my lands, not just to them. Interesting. Did nothing. Cool. I don't want to take more damage than necessary. I'd like to keep drawing lands, though. Green-white can blow this up with Knight of Autumn. Benalia, you say? Still love to draw some Widespread Brutalities. This is fine to just play this tapped, and honestly, I think I would rather just Rampage this. I just don't want this guy having anything. They could be playing Planeswalkers, and I assume they probably are. Like Vivians and or Nisses or something. But I just don't want them... I mean, they're probably playing tokens. I just don't want them having stuff. If I can draw another untapped land, I can enter the God Eternals, which makes it so that this becomes a 6-power creature, and I can start attacking with lifelink. They're playing Bant. Okay, this is Bant Tokens. Yeah, okay. Didn't expect that, but sure. These are sexy Jace lands. They show Jace on his journey to get Swole. I assume the invasion, yeah. It's unfortunate. Brutality is nice. But Brutality is something that I would take. Do I attack here? Because I can just block. Yeah, Brutality is something I want to save for when they have some larger amount. The question is, do I attack or do I wait and block? And I think honestly I wait and block. 16, 18. My opponent has more cards in hand. And they're... Let's see if they play another land. But I need more lands, please. Well, that makes my decision easy. I'm not going to attack. I'm going to Widespread Brutality next turn. Might as well block with this, just because of the fact that it's going to die. Right? Yes. So there's no reason for me not to block like this. Next turn I Brutality, kill his board. Oh, that's fantastic. Do I wait? No, that's... do I though? Because I could. Because I could wait. I could be a really greedy person and wait. I really want to be greedy. Because I could God Eternals their Tristani. This becomes a 7-power creature I just attack in. Oh, alright. I'm sorry, everyone. I just need to feel the greed. I'm just going to mill them, because might as well. Interesting. Gonna attack in. Your measly 4 power doesn't bother me. Shut up. Down to 9. Liliana is helpful at some point. Widespread Brutality is going to be the linchpin. Unless I die out of nowhere to something. Okay. Let's see. Do you play anything else? A Dovin Ban? Minus. Do it. I dare you. Oh, my opponent's just dead.
Surrounded by lesser minds.
Yeah, that's funny. My opponent's dead. Oh, no, I forgot to gain life. Ah, shoot. Whatever. Alright, bye, Dovin.
This outcome surprises even me.
The greed paid off. Had to make those dividends. No! Nah, just kill it. Might as well. Dovin again.
I'm impressed anyone would be so
If I get...
from
Cool. I was gonna say if I get a land, I'm just gonna go ahead and Liliana. And mine is deux.
Get out of my way!
My air! Am I gonna get tribunaled again? Benford? The fudge? Alright.
I stand on the shoulders of giants.
Ooh. Definitely gonna do one of these. However, Enter the God Eternals is gonna be better for me here. Alright, Liliana, chill. Alright, Delvin, have fun. I can chomp with a zombie and I get to draw cards. Do it, I dare ya. Do it, I dare ya. Easy jump block. Yeah, this one's got a broken face. I'm much for this one. Look at his cute, weird skull. Adorable. Vraiment adorable.
A small example of my genius.
Est-ce que notre Dovin? Peut-être? Non? So I could Thought Erasure. I don't think I care. I think I would rather just blink this in and be like, haha, you man. Yeah, I think I just want to get him. Ambush. The ambush Amass. What are you buying? Punk. Here, keep playing your land, see if I can. You gonna attack my Liliana? With 1 or 2 cards. Are you feeling lucky, punk? Apparently my opponent was not lucky. This is the Amass deck. Most powerful deck in the world. Did I play 3 zombies? Or 4? I don't know what I'm talking about. Alright, we're gonna open the packs. I think I have like 6. Gonna open some 6 packs. Yeah, I just went to the store, got a 6-pack, man. It's for me and my broskies down at the frat. We'll be making it at some point. Calm down. Got some brewskis for my broskies, you know? Hey, Chad, what's up, man?
Ready to throw down the gauntlet.
Your party yesterday was fucking sweet, dude. I don't know, I've lost my mind, alright. I always do. I feel like at the end, by the end of every video, I just completely lose my mind. Ooh, cool. Finale that I don't care about. Alright, we're going to talk real quick about the cards that I didn't play in the sideboard. Dread Malkin, as well as Grim Initiate. I wanted to play the high-end cards, and these do not fit in a high-end deck whatsoever. I did have Duress for a little bit. Actually, I don't even know if I played a game with it. I immediately was like, Thought Erasure is better. Like, I don't need to play anything on turn 1. Thought Erasure just is a better card for this deck. Lazotep Plating doesn't really do much. It can kind of help you in some scenarios, but for the most part, you have to slot this in some like a really weird situation, and it just didn't seem necessary. This isn't really a zombie deck. We can get things that make zombies back, but we already had way too many 2-drops. So, Dreadhorde Busher is very similar. I will be putting this in the actual Grixis zombie deck, as well as the red-black zombie deck. But I just didn't have enough room for this because I didn't have Amass. Aven Eternal. I mean, it's fine. It's a Windrake. And it amasses 1, so it's essentially a 3-mana 3/3, 2 of which has flying, 1 of which can have haste if you already have an Amass out. But that's just it. It's just fine. If you're doing a budget Amass deck, this is actually totally reasonable. I think it's better than the Eternal Skylord because, like, this costs 5 mana. Sure, it amasses more, and it makes your tokens have flying, but it's just, like, too expensive. I don't know. The Bleeding Edge. I really wanted to play this card because I love that art so much. I want to incorporate that in the channel somehow because it's fucking sick. Mike did a fantastic job on this card, but unfortunately, it doesn't do enough. It amasses 2 and gives a creature -2/-2. But it's a sorcery speed. And it costs 1 black. It's not enough. Vision of the Scorpion, this card, as I predicted, is just not good, like, at all. You're pretty much only going to have one big amass creature, or maybe you're going to have a small one, but in that case, like, I would rather just have other things that make my amass bigger. This card just doesn't do it for me. If it had, like... I don't see why this can't be a 2/2. Maybe in limited it would be nonsense, but it's just not good. Honor the God Pharaoh. I thought about adding this, but I decided against it because of the fact that even though it allows us to dump some of our lands, it can just be a really weird card in certain situations where, like, you can't sequence it very well, and by the time that you want to get to this point, you're probably already dead. If that made any sense. Invade the City. No. Threats of Contempt. Possible, but I felt that Dreadbore, or not Dreadbore, but Bedevil was a little bit more efficient. Dreadhorde Twins I did have initially, and it was fine. You know, it's still like a 4-mana 4/4 functionally with two of that power having trample. 2 of it can sometimes have haste if you already have the thing. But it just was a little bit too slow, and I figured I needed a little bit more removal, so I ended up taking it out. Eternal Skyline is just not good enough. And Bickle Nolus. Nicol Bolas, not in the deck. Essentially, because 1, we didn't have room, and it doesn't really work with the deck very well. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. I don't know if tomorrow's video is going to be draft or sealed or a different constructed deck, but there are so many decks that I'm looking forward to doing. The Niv Mizzet is one. I can't even go over how many decks I'm looking forward to, but I can go over how much I'd like to thank my lovely patrons, especially Salamander, Croft, Zinn, and Rexel for the continued support. If you'd like to join them in supporting your boy on Patreon, you'll find links to that down in the description below. Or, if you don't want to deal with Patreon, you can just press that join button, essentially become a $5 patron. And both of those ways are really supportive of the channel, and I really appreciate it. I don't know why I said that like I'm sarcastic, whatever. In the description, you'll also find links to the Discord server where we all chat and play games, as well as my Aether account where I host all of my deck lists. I do, of course, hope you've enjoyed this mastic video, whatever. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, go and tap that like button, add a subscription to your mana pool, cast a comment to the comment section down below, pass the turn, and the vid to some of your friends, and of course, until next time, all will be one.